My story investigated private prisons. These are corporate-run, for-profit prisons. These prisons are extremely secretive. I've been reporting on prisons for several years and came to realize that they're very difficult to get any information from. These prisons are run by companies, so the public access laws that give us limited information about most prisons don't apply here. So it's nearly impossible to get inside for anything beyond a short cursory tour. I took a job as a prison guard in Louisiana at Wynn Correctional Center, and I worked there for 4 months. In this story, in my time there, I saw a prison that was essentially run ragged through extreme cost-cutting measures. The paradox of private prisons is that they both have to run a prison securely and perform the normal duties of running a prison, but they also have to turn a profit, and that means cutting costs that publicly run prisons don't have to do. The ethical hurdles really started from the beginning. I went to my editors and said, I am interested in getting a job as a prison guard. The first thing that came up is, how are you going to fill out the application? I filled out an application online, and a ground rule from the beginning was that I would never lie throughout this process. So I filled out my application truthfully. I used my real name, put my current employer on there, and I got calls for job interviews. I did these interviews, also didn't lie. Fortunately, I was not asked why I wanted to work in prison. I wasn't asked anything about my job history. So the framework was kind of, I could withhold information, but I would never lie. So when I was on the job, I was not going around telling people that I was a reporter, that I was meeting day to day, but I wouldn't make anything up. And in writing the story, it was very important to me to be radically transparent with the reader, to tell the reader what my process was, how I went about the reporting, and why I did things the way that I did, so that they could judge for themselves. As far as objections to how I handled the ethical issue, I didn't really face objections during the process. My editors and I were always on the same page about it. As long as I wasn't lying and I was doing the job to the best of my ability, we felt that we had nothing to worry about. It's important, I think, for all journalists to keep in mind that our job is to hold power accountable, to find abuses of power and shed light on them. It's not, the institution does not have the right to say that the public is not allowed to see what's happening inside.